Get ready to gear up and get smart. SoundCheck Music Center presents Tech Talk.
Tech Talk.
A workshop dedicated to get the basics to musicians all over the universe. Held once a month at SoundCheck Music Center in Grass Valley off Highway 49 and Brunswick on Maltman Drive. Come by. Admission is free.
Free.
Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Talk. I'm Brian, and I work at SoundCheck Music on 671 Malton. We're right next to the coffee place. Come get some coffee, come check us out. But today we're going to talk about amps and guitars. It's going to be like an introduction. Say you just got your amp and your guitar, and you're wondering what things are called, how to use the amp to get different sounds out. We're just going to keep it pretty basic and simple just to familiarize yourself with your guitar and your amp. Of course you'll need a cord because without that neither one's going to do anything. So first thing we'll do is we'll go over the guitar. This guitar here is 2004 50th anniversary Stratocaster. It's a very nice guitar. Tell your mom and dad to come down here and buy you one. Anyway, these are your volume. You have one volume on a Stratocaster type guitar. Any of you kids that have Squiers, it's going to be very similar to this guitar. And there's a lot of different makes and models that are Strat-like. If they have this shape, it's a Strat-like guitar. And the pickups are single coil, and opposed to a humbucker. What is a humbucker? It's basically two single coils and one's flipped the other way, thus bucking the hum. So always remember that, a humbucker bucks the hum. Because single coils always tend to have a little hum in them. They always have, and they always will. This one is a little better because it's more modern, but older guitars and less expensive guitars will have a hum. You can kind of hear it a little bit in here. It's like this. It'll pick up lights. And that's another thing. If you're in your room and you get a loud buzzing through your amp, go walk around with your guitar and point it towards different lights in your room, or radios or clocks. And then when it gets real loud, you found the source. Turn that light off or turn your clock radio off or unplug it and the sound will go away. Now we'll move to the amp. This is an amp that's renowned. It's called the Twin Reverb amp. It's a lot of people's dream amp. It's a workhorse. You've seen it on lots of stages. And what you have is two separate channels. This normal channel is going to be clean, and you'll have just bass, middle, and treble. And it's for clean sound. This is called a bright switch here. For the bright switch, it gives it a little bit more clarity in the higher notes. So. And again, you just have these three things. It's for the clean stuff. And sometimes that will work good with, say you have a distortion pedal. It'll keep it more true than if you have it over here, because we'll get to that and I'll explain that in a minute. But this would be good for a pedal section. Also in the back you have what's called effects loops. You can go back there too. That's a little involved for beginners, but you know, just so you know it's there when you look in the back of your amp. If it has an effects loop, that's what it's for. Plugging pedals and stuff in there instead of in front of the amp. Okay. Let's move to the second channel because that's the fun one. Now on this second channel, you'll see you have the bass, middle, and treble. It's what you call like a 3-band EQ. But what you also have is your reverb and tremolo or vibrato. And what that is a wah 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 sound. And I don't have the pedal hooked up right now. And my stagehands aren't around to do it for me. Or we like to call them roadies. But I think my reverb will work. So that's reverb. Gives it that little echoey sound. And you'll notice through this demonstration I'm going to keep using the same little lick. I think it's just better that way to keep it the same, and I don't need to show off how good I am or how bad I am. And that's the only lick I know. So, there we go. And we go to the bright. See, that's the bad. That's how you don't do that lick. As you turn it up, you're going to get more of a breakup. Now the thing with these amps, they have tubes in them. Tubes look like little light bulbs, but elongated instead of like a light bulb. And the different tubes give you different sounds. But what happens when you turn up a tube amp, it starts to get what's called a breakup, like a natural distortion, instead of using a pedal. And how you achieve that is by adjusting your tones and stuff. Turn down yeah, it has a very choppy, kind of breaking up sound, like especially on the single note. And we'll go a little louder. This is probably going to be right at the volume that we like to call the cops will be coming anytime now. Here's another trick. Turn down all your tones completely. It's very bassy because it's up in the neck. Go all the way to your, it's called your bridge pickup, which is the one all the way down here. Getting a lot of distortion. But like I said, that's just a little trick. I want to advise it because your parents will probably kick you out of the house. But that's how you get distortion out of a clean amp. And what you would do if you wanted a lot more distortion, but you didn't want to get that loud, is you'd get a distortion pedal. And there's so many different kinds and so many different flavors. There's some that are called transparent. What that term means is you're still hearing the quality of the guitar and the amplifier through the pedal because it is giving distortion but still letting the tone of the guitar and the amp through, like transparent, kind of like a ghost. But you're still getting the distortion and feedback and things like that. Other ones, like overdrive, muff overdrives, a lot of time you're just hearing the sound of the pedal only. How you can test to see if your pedals are transparent or not, I can demonstrate without a pedal, but what you would do is like that, just any chord. A lot of you guys probably know G. See how that changed with the tone? So you get that changed. On a pedal that's not transparent, when you adjust your tones, you're going to hear barely any change at all. That means you're just hearing the sound of the pedal, the color of the pedal. Now if you do that with a distortion pedal and do this, and you actually hear a vast change in the tone, that means it's the more pronounced it is, the more transparent your effects pedal is. Some pedals you'll do that and you won't hear anything at all. You know, and if you're going for things, dynamics, it's called how you play. Sometimes you play light. And then if you want to get your point across, it's kind of like how we use our voice. So we talk lightly sometimes. Other times we talk loudly to get our point across. And singers do that with their voice. They'll do what's called working the mic. You do the same thing with the guitar when you're playing. So what you're doing is you're affecting the volume by the pressure you pluck with and how you're fingering on your board. But that's all, you know, just different sounds you can get on the guitar. Now this here is how you have a 5-way switch here. Some guitars have 3-way. Usually when you have the 2 humbuckers, you'll have a little toggle switch up here. It's usually 3 ways. And it'll be this one when you're down, this one when you're up, and when you're in the middle, it's both of them. Well, with a 5-way, it's a lot different. All the way down is always this bottom bridge pickup, which is, a lot of times is used for leads. So, this one is this one and this one. Now another thing about being down in here, this tone here is for this pickup only. Now when you go to this one, it does these other 2. So when you go up 1, you're using this one and this one. So that'll still work because it's adjusting the tone here. But this is a deluxe, so who knows? It's even got a magic button. You see that? It's like kind of secret agent kind of stuff. So that's cool. I like the button. I could just press this all day long. Now we go up to here. Like I said, this one and this one. This one. Now we'll go. It's this one and this one. Here is this one and this one. there is just this one. I probably said that wrong before. I think I said this one, 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 this one. This one will be used for a lot of chords. The neck is considered like for rhythms. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Every amp is different though. You gotta play with it. You gotta learn on your own. Once you get your guitar and your amp, just lock yourself in your room and play with the knobs. Number one rule about all this stuff is there's no rules. None whatsoever. You know, I'm just kind of showing you different things and getting you associated with the guitar. This is called the bridge. This is called the tremolo bridge or trem. This is your nut where your string is guided through. These are called saddles. This is also called a whammy bar, or whammy bar, or whammy, just whammy. This is your input where you plug in to go to an amp. These are your tuning keys. These ones here are locking tuners. What they do is they lock it inside here. There's a little pin and you tighten those and it locks the string in there so it doesn't go out of tune when you use your whammy bar. That's about it. Go play your guitar, have lots of fun. Rule number one, there's no rules. Have your parents come down to SoundCheck Music Center, talk to Bill or Brian, get yourself a nice amp and a good guitar. And we have all price ranges. We have great teachers, some of the best teachers this side of the Mississippi. We have, what's his face in that room? You know him over there. He's younger and plays like the more metal-y stuff. That's a mohawk, cool dude. And then we have Miss Violin Lady. I think she's French or German. Very cool lady. And then we got a few other people that are coming in. Let's see, just kidding, I know all the names. It's Jim Wright, Raphael Torres, Kenny Steele, Marianne Nicholson. And who am I forgetting? I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. John Bussa on drums. And we have Mark too, another drum teacher. He only teaches on Saturdays. Really fun guy to take drum lessons from. But we're talking about guitars. Guitarists don't like to talk about drummers, so I'm letting that one slide. But anyway, even though we have drummers here, they're pretty cool guys. And you guys all have a great evening or morning or afternoon time, whatever time you're watching this. And enjoy yourselves, because if music ain't fun, it shouldn't be done. Bye.